Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel The Engineering Essence. Today we are going to discuss an interview problem from Leetcode called Maximum Product Subarray. So it's an medium Leetcode problem as it is mentioned in the label. So the problem statement is like we have an integer array nums. So we need to find a subarray that has the largest product of the elements whatever it is contained by the subarray. So we need to return it as a output uh, in our problem. Okay. So subarray is nothing but what we have discussed in the previous problem, like maximum subarray. The same like it is asking here the product of the subarray. So actually the subarray is nothing but the contiguous the part of the array is called as subarray. So whatever I highlighted 2, 3, minus 2 of this array, it is the subarray of the nums array. Similarly, we can also say that this is also a subarray and this is also a subarray, kind of like this one. Okay, means this one. But if I say like 2, 3 and 4 is subarray, so it will be wrong. It is not a subarray. So it should be contiguous and only then we can assume it as a subarray. So as we can see here, 2, 3 has the largest product, 6. Except this, no combination will gives us the product as maximum for any subarray. So this is the problem statement. So let's talk about the approach what we are going to use to solve this problem. So we will take two variables. The first one will be like product and the second will be the maximum product. Okay, so what we are going to do, we will initialize the product variable as 1. Okay, and the max product variable as, let's say, we will initialize it the first variable whatever it is present in the array, given array. Okay, like 0th element. So what we will do, we will multiply each and every element, okay, one by one, on by looping the whole array. Okay, so we will multiply 2 with 3, as in our product variable it is already initialized as 1. Then the first iteration will multiply 1 cross 2. Okay, and the second iteration is multiplying 1, 2 and 3, so we will have 6. Okay, the third iteration we will multiply like this one, 1, 3 minus 2, sorry, 1, 2, 3 minus 2, so we will have 6 minus 12. So we will do this in both direction. Okay, like first we do from left to right, and then we will do from right to left. Okay, like from right to left, what we will do, we will in second iteration the product should be initialized as 1 again, and the multiplication from right to left means 1 cross 4 cross minus 2, like minus 8 or something, whatever we are going to multiply. Why we are doing from both direction? Because in each scenario maybe there is a condition we will get, so that generate a positive largest element. Okay, so that's why we need to do from both direction. Okay, but the condition is that if we get the product as 0, okay, in this case only we need to again initialize product as 1. Okay, so guys, why we are setting 1 in the variable prod when we get 0 inside the prod? Because of once we get 0 in prod variable, we next time we will multiplying the element of the array, given array, we will always get 0. So to avoid this situation, we have to initialize prod variable as 1. Otherwise we will never get our largest product number. So I've taken some example here, but I have taken two variable, product and max product. Okay, so I have initialized product as 1 and the max product has the 0th element of the given array. Okay, so nothing but what we are going to do, we will multiply prod, means we will do prod cross is equals to this one, nums. Let's say we will take it through I in this loop, so it will multiply each and every element. Okay, from left to right the first time. The condition is that first we check whether prod is equal to 0 or not. If anywhere we get the prod is 0, instantly we need to set it as 1. Okay, Otherwise, what we have prod, we will do the same. That's it. So this condition we need to take care in our mind, and this product should be like this one. And after this one, we also update our max product. Like max product should be, if max product is equals to, means is greater than, sorry, is less than product, then only we will going to like assign prod inside it, inside max product. Otherwise, max product itself will be same max prod. So yeah, these three line of code we need to do in two loops. So let's move to the coding part. So I'm removing these lines. I'm going to correctly write this code. So we will use two for loops. The first will be for from left to right direction, and the second will be from left to right to left direction. Okay. So the for loop, let me initialize the for loop here, and I is less than not length. So what we will do, we will first check whether in the product we are getting a 0. We'll check whether in the product we are getting 0. If we get 0 in the product, we should initialize prod variable is 1. Otherwise, it should be as is. Okay, we will not change anything. Similarly, after that, we need to like multiply our elements, each elements with the product whatever is present in the our array, given array. So accordingly, we need to update our max product, because we need to find the maximum product of the subarray. So max prod, if it is less than prod, then we will assign prod inside the max product variable. Otherwise, we will keep as is, means we will assign max prod itself. We will assign max prod to inside the max prod in other case. So this will be our first loop, and again we will use, this is in the left to right direction, and now we will going to do the right to left direction combination. We will check here. So we need to initialize prod as 1 again, because in any case we will find the maximum product. Okay, so let's do this one again. Like int I should be start from the num's length. Okay, b minus 1 HPL, and because we can have the greater than 0. Okay, so the same step we will follow for this one. So I'm just copying and pasting here. Okay, nothing changed in the code, whatever is present in the loop. Only we need to keep from left to right and right to left direction in both the loop. So I think we need to return the max profit, max prod, nothing else. So let's check our code whether it is passing the test cases or not. Okay, so little mistake I have done. So I'm just editing it again, trying to run it. So solution is passing both the test cases. Now the Leetcode sample code is passed. So now let's check whether our solution is passing the whole test cases or not. I submitted a solution, and it is an accepted solution. As you can see, it is passing all the test cases, and yeah, it's beating 100% solution, and it is solved in 0 millisecond. So guys, that wraps up today's lecture on the Leetcode problem. If you found this explanation helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you will not miss the future tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you again.